Next, from the BBC World Service, we follow a trail from China's tomato fields in Xinjiang to Europe and ask, do some leading European supermarkets have blood on their shelves? Is the tomato puree you're using made with forced labor in Xinjiang?
Am I surprised? No. Am I angry now? Yes.
That's the documentary with me, Renako Salina, after the BBC World News.
BBC News with Moira Alderson. Amnesty International has accused the State of Israel of committing genocide in Gaza. Amnesty said its conclusion was based on visual and digital evidence, witness testimony, as well as official Israeli statements. Israel said the report was entirely baseless. Prosecutors in South Korea have banned the former defense minister from leaving the country. Kim Young-hoon is accused of encouraging President Yoon Suk-yeol to declare martial law 2 days ago. Sierra Leone is to launch a nationwide vaccination campaign against the Ebola virus. It's the first of the countries most severely affected by the disease to do so. The authorities in the Democratic Republic of Congo are investigating an unknown disease that's killed 79 people. The World Health Organization says it's supporting efforts to understand the outbreak. A media rights group in Afghanistan says the Taliban authorities have arrested 7 staff members at a private television channel. The Taliban say Arezzo TV was broadcasting programs contrary to Islamic values. Poland's foreign minister has refused to meet his Russian counterpart at the OSCE meeting. Radosław Sikorski says Sergei Lavrov is attending the summit to spread lies about Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The French Prime Minister Michel Barnier is at the Élysée Palace to hand in his resignation to President Macron, a day after the government was brought down by a no-confidence vote. The president will address the nation in the evening. Reports from Syria say heavy fighting is continuing around the central city of Hama between Syrian government forces and rebels led by an Islamist militia. A rebel commander says fighters have begun to enter Hama. Ukraine has imposed sanctions on the founder and honorary chairman of Georgia's governing party, Georgian Dream. It accuses him and others of surrendering the country to President Putin. BBC News.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB means business. The show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business, but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and intact? You are not sure? Well, shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenating, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and intact? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820, or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and the Morning Show.
This is Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK.
Welcome. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth and those of you on other planets as well. We want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Thursday edition of the morning show. Today is the 5th day of December, the year 2024, with the time now exactly at 10:52, and it is the Starr Radio UK Thursday edition of the morning show. And let me say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be, and welcome on board. Well, let me say good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy. Without him, the program cannot come on. He makes sure that everything is taken along nicely. Francis, good morning to you. And let me say good morning to my colleague and co-presenter, Mr. Olayomi Koiki. Well, without him, we don't have anything from Nigeria and what is happening in the diaspora, in our communities as well. Yomi, good morning. He'll be joining us exactly at 11 o'clock. Let me say good morning to KB Bosman, Vicky Newton, Mr. Frank Davids, Felix all the way in Aberdeen, Kojo D, Mr. Dan Chabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, and all you wonderful people who continue to listen to us on Starr Radio UK. Those of you listening to us on the sister broadcast station, Koiki Media, and Yoruba Nation Station, and all the Biafra stations, communities that are all listening to us, we salute each and every one of you and welcome you on board. And let me say good morning also to Bishop Adeshina, Anthony Adedeji, Shamsuddin. Hey, how are you? Do again, Pastor Momo, good morning. Aziz, good morning to you all, and every one of you. As we will say, if you're here, do me a massive favor, share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages there. Thank you very, very much. I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie.
Okie. Well, I'm going to bring you the quote for the day. The weather forecast will follow suit and the travel updates. We'll continue from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe. That is known as Global Trotting. After which we have Olayomi Koiki coming in or on to bring you all the updates from Nigeria, which I've got a lengthy one there for you. And then he will be bringing us I don't know whether the conference, the Biafra, United States of Biafra conference that is taking place in Finland, whether it is being completed and what some of the outcomes or decisions that have been made there are like, or so we'll be bringing you that as well. And then we'll be looking at Ghana. Come Saturday, the election is taking place and it's all virtually, everybody is throwing the sink, the kitchen sink and everything in there. People are saying they will not accept this, what do you call it, the results, because they're giving conditions. The Peace Council is saying sign the peace treaty and that will help. Do you think peace treaties, deal with that? When there was a special voting last Monday, we had the security agencies accepting food parcels to go and vote. And you ask yourself the question, so if somebody gives them money or somebody gives somebody, is it not inducing the people to go and vote for a particular candidate? It's not like the EC was providing them with the food, but individual candidates were providing food for these people who were going to vote. Is the whole process not compromised from the word go? We'll be telling you more about all that. It's coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Well. In Europe as well, we have it all happening. Macron is to address nation after Barnier government collapse. It's quite a tough time now. And then we have my apologies, South Korea incident as well, there where the president called a state of emergency, and then Parliament went to virtually break everything down, and they are calling the president to quit. However, the defense secretary has quit. But how is that going to be impacting the whole process? We're going to be telling you more about all those things in a moment. So wherever you are, don't touch the dial. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And those of you who are involved trading in Bitcoin as well, let me tell you this morning, Bitcoin has hit $100,000 per coin. So can you remember those who when they started, they will tell you it was £50. Do it and you didn't do it. Some of us have regretted not doing it, but you have to take the risk, right? But it's a risky one. You have to. All right then. So lots more going to be coming your way from there. The quote for the day says, "A life without difficulties will produce weak and untested people." Well, tell it to this generation. Everybody think, you tell them, but now they're telling you that without difficulties, that makes you robust or builds you up. Without that, we are all just untested people, weak and untested people. What do you think about all that? But we're not talking about abuse there. We're not talking about abuse there. When people are abusing people and then, that is okay, shut up. No, that's not what we're talking about here. Okay, now moving on straight to the weather front as well. What has the weather got in stock for us? Well, today for the south, east London and the southeast area, let me put it that way, we're going to be having rain coming on this afternoon. We have had lots of rain overnight, and this morning or this afternoon there's going to be rain from 3 o'clock onwards. There's going to be rain. Top temperature is going to be 14 degrees, the lower is going to be 6 degrees, UV level low, pollution low, sunset 15:53, sunrise for tomorrow morning 07:50 hours, taking you straight to the travels. As we'll say, keep your eyes on the roads, keep your eyes on the roads, I'll keep you navigated. Now on the underground this morning, Elizabeth line has got severe delays, mild way, part suspension, Piccadilly, part closure and minor delays, Metropolitan line, minor delays there as well. All the others are running a good service. DLR, London Rambling, good service. On the major roads in London, no exceptional delays there. The River Bus is also running a good service. The London Cable Car, good service there as well. Bringing us straight to the final segment of the travel update. That is the National Rail. But continue to keep your eyes on the roads as we keep you navigated. Avanti West Coast, Cross Country, East Midlands Railways, now Great Western Railway, Island Line, Southern, Thameslink, Transport for Wheels are all running special service. The other side, all the others are running a good service. So check before you leave though, if you have to use any of the ones running special services there. So on that note, let me say it once again as I normally will. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. Let me say good morning to Atta Kofi all the way in Sherman, Ghana, and to the chief and all the inhabitants of Sherman. How are you preparing yourself for the election come Saturday? How is it? Well, we're going to be telling you more about all that there. Okay. Now, to global trotting now Lakurawa terrorists, not bandits, responsible for Zamfara explosion. The police are saying that the Zamfara explosion wasn't bandits who did it, but it was the Lakurawa terrorists. Now, we've not even finished fighting the first one, Boko Haram and the ISWAP. Now, we've got another one, Lakurawa. Okay, the police, fuel imports hit 2.3 billion liters despite local production. And then, yes, we have Dangote, we have the Port Harcourt refinery, and we have other ones and other private refineries, smaller ones as well. Yet, we are still importing 2.3 billion liters. And you ask yourself the question, what are we actually doing? What are we actually doing? If the prices are good, well, or competitive enough, why are we still importing that? Well, I did talk about that, but we'll tell you more about that. And a lot more going to be coming your way from there. Yes. Oh, Atakofi says, fool them, ready for the elections. All right, then. And then some retired military personnel grounded activities of the Federal Ministry of Finance in Abuja on Thursday over their unpaid entitlements. Woo! Well, a state of emergency has not been declared, so it's cool, right? Good. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to some of the other stories making the rounds this morning. Now, Biden, Lorenco, and Tshisekedi tour Lobito Port. That's in Congo as well. We're going to be telling you more about all that as the program goes on. MFWA, Fourth Estate petition Office of the National Special Prosecutor to investigate massive corruption scandal at the National Service Authority. Where in Ghana have we not got scandals there? God help us. All right then. Moving on to some other stories as well. National Concerned Small Scale Miners Association of Ghana rejects MPP, endorses Mahama for president. How is it going to all pan out? Well, at the end of the day, we are looking at the water bodies that is being destroyed. But what is going to happen there? Lots more going to be coming your way from there. Well, GJA invites media to cover election-related activities at Press Center. And, well, Mahama has set conditions under which he will accept 2024 election results. We're going to tell you more about that. But pastors who sow division on religious ethnic lines are nation wreckers. Says who? The president. We'll be telling you more. That the president of Ghana will be telling you more about that as well. It's all coming your way here from Starr Radio UK. In other parts of the world as well, Keir Starmer is about to set out pledges on policing, housing and education in key speech. And when it comes to France, French Prime Minister downfall threatens to set a pattern for what lies ahead. Now, what is going to happen there? Lots more going to be coming your way from there. It is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. And in New York, a New York Starbucks image may hold key to finding a healthcare CEO's killer. Well, they shot a man at the back. Now, why? What have they done there? It's quite an interesting one. There's been all conspiracy theories there that maybe the guy didn't pay up for whoever had put monies or invested in that insurance policy or something, and therefore maybe they've lost loved one and they decided to avenge. Who knows? We don't know exactly. Just speculating. And South Korean leader under pressure as impeachment vote looms. So this and a lot more going to be coming your way this morning. But as I just said, Mr. Olayomi Koiki will be joining us in the next few moments. So stay tuned and don't you go away. 2 people have been wounded in Vancouver, stabbing. And then one other story. Our Trump defense nominee hits out after reports he could be dropped. Whoa. And now here in the UK once again, Russian criminals helped UK drug gangs launder lockdown cash. Woo! Those are big issues that is making the rounds this morning. But wherever you are, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Vicky Newton, massive good morning to you. Queen Vic, hope you are doing very well, and the family as well. Okay, let's take a quick break, and once we come back, thank you very much, Vicky. Once we come back, I will have Mr. Olayomi Koiki joining in to bring you updates from Nigeria. Okay, before I say Jack, he's already there. But okay, a quick break whilst we line him up for you. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
You are listening to Starr Radio Morning Show.
Okay, welcome back to the program Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. I've got Yomi there, but I can't see his image. I've got a picture there, so I don't know whether he's behind that. But let me go to him. Yomi, good morning to you.
Let me come back in, Mr. Archie. Okay. I'm not sure what is going on my end.
Okay. All right, then. Whilst he tried to sort himself out, he's trying to sort himself out. Yeah, he'll be back with us. But Koiki in Nigeria vows tough action against councillor and others kidnappers. Well, the kidnapping is one thing that is quite worrying when it comes to that part of the world. Yeah, my son has been traveling. He's been traveling with what do you call some of the pastoral teams back there, And it seems that they've been going a lot, but at times I get worried when he's traveling down. He was there with Ashimolo and what's the name of the other pastor? They were there organizing events there. But, well, we'll be talking about all those. But now, let me say good morning to Mr. Olayomi Koiki.
Very good morning to you. I know the camera is still a little bit, working his own way out, but let's hope that it comes back quickly. But a very good morning to you if you can hear me back in the studio, and good morning to all our listeners and viewers from around the world, and welcome to the Starr Radio UK this morning once again.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. We can see your image, and we know that the camera is working, and the technical team there are working on it. So, how are you? How is the family? And how is everything?
Well, I'm doing very well, and the family is great as well. And it's a beautiful day. I mean, I was busy yesterday. We couldn't, join you yesterday, but I was listening carefully at the back. And as usual, the family are great, and I hope yours are doing very well as well.
Oh yeah, they are all doing very, very well. But as to whether our families back home are doing well, it's another situation. So let's crack on. Let's crack on. Now, back in the day, the police have fingered newly formed terror group Lakurawa as the mastermind of an explosion that occurred along the Sandao Gasu Road in Maru local government area of Zamfara State on Wednesday. Now, we thought we are still fighting Boko Haram. We had ISWAP. Now we got this new terrorist group who are causing mayhem. Yomi?
Well, you're quite right, and it's quite unfortunate that the situation in Nigeria is getting out of hand, and we can only hope that the government will put all necessary mechanism to put measures in place to help individuals, to help as many that are going through a lot. And I believe my camera is back now.
Yeah,
I believe you can see me now.
Yeah, I can see you now.
And as we say all the time, there is no country around the world where if you're having the kind of insecurity that Nigeria is facing today, that investors would like to go in there and invest. Before we go into the event unfolding, this is a road explosion in Zamfara State. Let's take us back to what we know so far about these Lakurawa threat and the strategic imperatives. Remember that about a couple of weeks back, the Nigerian military told us about these new deadly terrorist organization that have infiltrated Nigeria, just like others. We're talking about ISIS. We're talking about the Boko Haram. So this particular one as well is just one out of many that we will now have to deal with. So let me first take you through what I read from a particular Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, and this was dated on November 24. Lakurawa threat, strategic imperatives, disseminate the banditry in the northwest. And I'm just going to go swiftly into a little bit out of it. What we know is that these observers of Nigerian security landscape blame the return of Lakurawa group on the failure of the country's military intelligences and the security agencies to nip the internal security threat at the bud. Although the Nigerian military recently confirmed the emergency of the new armed groups known as Lakurawa, the northwestern state of Sokoto and Kebbi, it is not actually new. But what kind of havoc are we expecting? Rather than the military to go into the intelligence, they're focusing more in the southeastern part of Nigeria because the hatred that the Nigerian have for the people in the southeastern part. We'll come back to that. The police have now fingered that the new terror group Lakurawa is the mastermind of the explosion that occurred along the Dansadu Gaswa Road in Maru local government area of Zamfara State yesterday. The Lakarua group, when they were dislodged by the army in Sokoto and Kebbi, the rest of them survived. The military onslaught were trying to find a new enclave, and it seems that Zamfara State is the new enclave. How many people were affected yesterday, according to the information? Actually, these are not new to the communities because people see them. Remember that I believe on Tuesday when I joined you, we talked about another 50 motorcycle being driven by this terrorist group, and this is how they operate. It seems that the impunity that they have in the north part of the country has given where villagers can see them passing through when they are moving around, but the terrorists don't use bomb because they don't know how to make it. According to what we are told, we hope that they will not be able to make it and kill more people, but they are still deadly from what we are told. And the governor says the marauding terrorists whose kidnapping and for ransom trade is booming in the state can be strangulated in 2 weeks with the right political will. What is the right political will? Does it mean that the APC has failed Nigerians again, as Buhari failed for 8 years, even as a former military general?
Wow, listeners, quite a heart-wrenching story from there. But you were talking about this Zakarua group. Now, what
Lakarua.
Yes. What did they stand for?
Well, any terrorist organization stand for maiming, killing, ransom. But like the governor Dauda Lawal says that these particular ones don't even know how to use the bomb yet. But what they are for is kidnapping for ransom. Trade is booming, and it seems that the military authority says that they promised to eliminate Lakarua insurgent and other terror groups like Boko Haram and ISWAP, but that is not happening yet, as Lakarua has brought in their deadly terrorists into Zamfara State, and innocent Nigerians that are suffering for the last 19 years of some of them living in the IDP will have to deal with this Lakarua again, as many other insurgency continue to infiltrate Nigerian communities across the 36 states, including the southeast, the middle belt, and mostly as kidnap continue to become a big business across every part of Nigeria. Last week, I believe, last week, about 2 incidents of terrorist kidnap took place. There was a particular one that I will come back to you and tell you, but over 140 million naira were paid with 10 bicycles and many foodstuff were delivered. And this individual, and I'm not making this up, the interview was done to the young boy. There were 2 of them. There were 3. One was released. Lasted 10 months with the terrorists, and they were not outside Nigeria. They were still operating in Nigeria for the last 10 months. And you wonder where the NIA and all the security intelligence that should focus right there, like I said, in the southeast, creating all military checkpoint, where one of the governors has spoken out, and I'll be telling you which of the governors is now crying out for the military checkpoint in the southeast.
Well, listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. Now, one of the issues that is quite worrying there, we know that Boko Haram says they stand for no Western education. We know ISWAP is looking at having an Islamic state. Now, that's why I was asking this Lakurawa group, whatever they were standing for, but we've not gotten that. We'll try to go into that. But again, where communities see these groupings right through their township, and at times I do say that they have people living in the communities who are perpetrating this act. But again, then it comes to police informants. We're talking about security, sharing of intelligence. But police informants who are supposed to be in the community, who can see these people and then can tell them that, look, we are seeing these people here, what do you think? Well, can you do something about it? And the police, do they get even protection? Because yesterday there was one of the stories that you shared, you sent to us that we were looking at, that is somewhere in the southeast, where somebody who informed the authorities, security agencies to quell some kidnappers or something of the sort. Later on, these people came to, after the security agencies have left, they've done that, they left, then these people came back to the community and killed the person who they think was the informant. Yomi, so do you think
protecting informant around the world is a big deal, because if you're going to allow your citizens to come and tell you things, you must also protect them, because the criminals will always want to come back and create more havoc. Many Nigerians are not ready to give intel information to the military because it's a compromised one, and I can tell you that because there was a particular development of a young, vibrant journalist known as Fisayo Shoyombo. He's a Nigerian investigative journalist and the founder of the Foundation of Investigative Journalism, FIJ. Last week, Shoyombo, got into what we call trouble. And what was the trouble? It was investigating, the oil bunkery and those behind it. And apparently, the military got to to that particular location in the middle of the night, and the rest of those ran away, but he stood behind. And as later on, after I listened to his interview, everything he said while he was taken to the barracks was already known by those that he was, operating with in the den of the oil bunkery where he left in the middle of the night. So the question is, who was feeding back, and this was from the military base where he was being interrogated. Everything he said was already, because those ones didn't know who he was as well. And later on, he had to reveal himself as a journalist. These are what is going on in Nigeria. And it seems that, many Nigerians will not rather want to give any kind of, even those, normal kidnapping cases, like currently, in the almost 4 days now, 6 innocent Nigerian girls are missing in Lekki. And it looks like it's another ritual renewal that took place in Lagos, because these 6 went for what we called, house party, and they've been missing. No information yet. And what happened is, people know something, but if you tell the police, you tell the authority, somebody will come back for you. And that's exactly what Shoyombo had to face, because whatever he said was already back, with those that he left in that particular oil bunkery, situation where is, a lot of concern always rise up, because we're talking about Kogi State. Kogi promised tough action against councillor and others kidnappers. The story goes like the Kogi State governor, where Yaya Bello, the previous governor, we now have Olodo. Yaya Bello is walking around, as a free man, even though, he should be at the back of, the EFCC custody. But again, we know how this works. EFCC said they've arrested him, but I'm sure he's living somewhere in an air condition with probably a pizza order from UK. The Kogi State governor has now expressed his determination to stamp out crime in the state against the backdrop of rising insecurity. This is on the heels of the adoption of 9 persons, including a councillor, by gunmen at the Odo Ekpe community in Kaba, Bunu local government area of the state. This happened as well this week on Tuesday night. This is coming barely a week after 3 persons, including 8-year-old boy, was adopted from the same community. Somebody knows something within the community, but nobody's ready to give out information for their own safety on the particular situation. So the new administrator, Usman Ahmed Ododo, is now promising that he's going to review the onslaught against criminals by activating all security apparatus. No security apparatus will work if you're not working with the community and protecting them to give you the intel about the criminals among us.
Well, how secure are the security? It's quite an interesting one. We'll be telling you more about all that. But interestingly, linking that story to one there, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, Miss Olayomi, Koiki, in our North London studios. I'm actually here in the South studios. Now, linking it with one of the stories that we are looking at, retired military personnel grounded activities at the Federal Ministry of Finance in Abuja today over unpaid entitlement. Now, we have these people who are supposed to go become selfless, sacrifice themselves to fight all these menaces, insecurity and everything that seems to be going on. But if at the end of the day, they know that when they retire, they're not going to be getting their emoluments, then what's the point? They'd rather compromise themselves, be a mole, make some money, and then when you retire, you can depend on that. Yomi.
Well, it's quite a shameful, that people that served, the country and serve it diligently, and the expectation is after, the 30 years or 35 years of service, or even if it's just the least years, that they will be paid, for saying thank you so much, because those of us that have our parents, my mom lives there, and I know that our pension are paid exactly at the time that is meant to pay. She doesn't have to go and cry in front of the parliament or asking, the local government if and when a payment will come through. The question then is, what is happening in the last couple of days is that protesting military retirees have shut down the finance ministry in Abuja over unpaid entitlement. Well, this is not a very good news for President Bola Tinubu and the vice president and the government itself, but I'm sure some of them care less, because if you care, you will not even allow those that serve. These are still people that can be trained, also give help to the current security threat that we're talking about. Remember that every one of them will have worked in different sectors, the logistics, the cook, but let's see a little bit more. Some of the retired military personnel have now granted activities at the Federal Ministry of Finance in Abuja today, Thursday, over unpaid entitlement. Again, the retirees accuse the federal government of not paying them 20% to 28% salary increment from January to November this year. Among their demands are they are being whole payment for palliative. Guess what, Mr. Archie? From 2023 October till this year, the payment of an additional £32,000 to their pension, the bulk payment of security, debarment allowance, and the refund of deduction made from their pension. Imagine, we are contributing our pension, and if the time comes to receive the pension has been swallowed by snake and monkey, made from their pension of medical boarded soldiers. And some of them, when they get to that old age, you will need a lot of medical assistance. But as we always say, most of them they've brought in their mat and their chairs, and they've rented a canopy, and they've shut down the finance ministry in Abuja this morning.
What have been the reaction of the government so far? Have there been any statement from them?
The government doesn't even like us when we come out like this and bring this kind of news out, because to the government it's not a good news that the world should know. But if the government is doing the needful, it is important that then things needs to be put in place. There is not much reaction, and I'm just trying to say maybe there's a development, and from Bayo Ononuga, that is the special assistant to the media of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But the last I saw of him is he was growing some crops, or what does he say? At the back of his of ours. About 10 hours ago, he says putting to rest rumors about Port Harcourt refinery. I was part of the fact-finding team that visited the 60,000 barrels daily Port Harcourt refinery complex yesterday. I will now share our findings. Our mission was verify the rumors that is out there. And again, the other news that I saw of him was Bola Tinubu returned home after visiting France and Cape Town, South Africa. But it seems that Bayo Ononuga in Abuja is not using his microscope or his binocular to see that those retirees have caged the finance ministry. Maybe later on he will send somebody to verify if they are still there or not.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, a Thursday edition of the morning show. This is Olayomi Koiki, North London studios, and I'm Archie here in the South studios, and we are bringing you updates from Nigeria on the morning show. Now, moving on straight. Now, you did talk about the Port Harcourt refinery. We're talking about Dangote refinery. We've got talking about other small refineries that are there. Now, we're talking about the fact that Dangote was saying that the country or the nation need to patronize his products. But it looks like the NNPCL had done whatever. And information coming through is still saying that the country is importing up to 2.3 billion liters of finished fuel products into the country. Fuel products into the country. Now we're talking about the scarce natural foreign exchange which the country has to depend on. And that's why the president said that the local refineries should buy the crude oil in naira, so that the monies that we're supposed to be using to import this finished product, we can be using it for something else. But Yomi, if we see that, I mean, are these ones trying to sabotage the local refineries, or is it that the local refineries have not gotten to a place where their production or whatever they are producing is able to suffice the whole of the nation? Yomi.
Well, the problem we have in Nigeria is that we have all different cabals in different sectors, and every one of them is trying to make sure that nobody tamper with their business. I mean, especially if businesses have been set up outside the country to favor them and their own little criminals that should help others. Well, and that is also not helping the debt in the country. I'll be telling you a little bit about that, because right now the naira devaluation rises 40 trillion naira according to the report. But we're talking about fuel import. Well, can we ever stop importation of fuel is the first question that many Nigerians will be asking. Is yes, we can. If the refinery in Port Harcourt, as Bayo Onodoga says, their findings means that things are working there, Nigerians should be, much, prepared that things will be better off as, month goes by, even though it's almost 18 months to this government. Can Dangote refinery, support Nigeria? I mean, we're not talking about, other countries yet now. Can Dangote refinery help to reduce the fuel importation, be it the diesel, the PMS known as the petrol? But the report is coming is despite the commencement of the petrol production by the two major refineries in Nigeria in the last 3 months, oil marketers have continued to import and distribute the product nationwide. But the report that we are getting yesterday, the marketers imported, nothing less than 2.3 billion liters of petrol between September and December. So how much are we consuming and how much do we need? Is our consumption means that Dangote will not be able to, to put it out there, and that is why production is still coming outside the country. And let us remember, the more importation means that the more the naira will be devalued. The continued importation of petrol is contrary to a public announcement by some group of marketers who earlier stated that the intention to halt petrol import and focus on domestic supply. Let's look at the local refineries. The local refineries giving us about 650,000 barrels per day capacity. But Dangote refinery located in Lagos is doing about 210 barrel per day. Let's put that together and let's ask the question, how much are we using and for how long can we continue to import these products into the country? Because that means that there will be pressure on the exchange rate itself. And that takes me to Cardoso, the governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, telling Nigerians again that the naira devaluation rises Nigerian external debt by 30 trillion between 2023 and June 2024 when considered in the naira term. Despite the reduction in the country's debt when measured in the US dollar, the exchange rate shift has made Nigerian foreign obligation far more costly in the local currency. According to the data coming from the Debt Management Office, shows that as at June 1st, 2023, Nigerian external debt stood at $43.16 billion US dollars. But let's fast forward to where we are as at June 1st, 2024. The naira had depreciated by 47.6%, with the exchange rate now at about $1,600 naira to the dollar. And that means that our debt continue to travel like it's going to the space and nobody's trying to bring it back. But we are now about $42.90 billion as I come back again to you in the studio. A lot of pressure on Nigerian economy, and that is not helping many people as well. Starr Radio UK, the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Yes, listeners, updates from Nigeria with Mr. Olayomi Koiki on the Starr Radio UK morning show. Let me say good morning once again to all of you listening to us on the sister platforms, Koiki Media Yoruba Nation Media, and those of you, the Biafran listeners and everything. We'll come to that as whether the conference is ended and what has taken place there. But now I will hand over to Yomi for him to bring you the rest of the stories making the rounds. Over to you, sir.
Well, we talk about Nigeria, but let's first focus on the security, both in the state and within. We've been talking about the Lakurua that have become another terrorist organization that is creating havoc within the country. Archie Kalu, and I'm trying to get the story back quickly, but before that, let's take you, as that is coming up, I'll be taking you to Netflix. Every one of us know Netflix very well. But after 6 years of operating in Nigeria, it is a sad note that Netflix reportedly leaving inflation ravaged Nigeria to find another market somewhere. You would think that Netflix can tap into the market and as much of the population, but it seems that is not helping, as it is being reported. Netflix is reported exiting the Nigerian market as the country continues to face its worst economic crisis in a generation. The worsened economic situation under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu APC made the decision inevitably, according to the local news outlets reported yesterday, citing officials. We are exiting the Nigerian market, one of the officials says, under anonymity, pending an official announcement. We have lost too many paying subscribers, and the exchange rate of the naira against the American dollar also did not help us in any way. Netflix, remember, is an American subscription video on demand over the top streaming service. The service primarily distributes original and acquire films, even as many Nigerian films. Fela Kuta was on it, and many others, the Blood Sisters, Oloto, and many others. But it seems that their relationship with Nigeria is coming to an end. Let's take you now to that particular story of one of the senators. Kalu calls for removal of excessive security checkpoint in the southeast. Mr. Archie, I haven't been to the southeast for as far as 2-3 years, but those that are traveling says that it looks like it's already like a war zone. When you're traveling to the southeast, you come out of the vehicle and you have to march across the military checkpoint, and then you continue after the vehicle has been checked as well. The question is, there's nothing wrong if this is to do with bringing security measures, but the most part that are ravaging with terrorists, the northern part does not have any checkpoint. That means that the whole checkpoint is happening in a particular region. And why is the question? And why is this happening? Why are the target to that particular region? Means that more of these are why people are clamoring, and also those that have now put themselves as the Biafrans that have left Nigeria, and we are saying what next. The chairman Senate Committee on Privatization, Senator Archie Kalu, has condemned the excessive security roadblocks mounting across all major roads. And I'm not talking about just one or two. We're talking about major roads. While in Abuja to Kogi State, everywhere is empty, and terrorists continue to pick people and demand for ransom. Has condemned these at the major roads in the southeast region of the country. According to the former Abia governor, call on the leadership of the Nigerian Army and other security agency to now dismantle such roadwork, as such a strategy is obsolete, worsen the already tense security tension in the region. Remember that there is a tension in the country right now, and that tension means that people that says that they do not want to be part of Nigeria are making all push. But while those that believe in Nigeria are saying, look, for peace to reign, we should give room for people to have access. And I think we have an audio for that. Let's listen to him.
Nigeria. What? Come and say it again, please. Simon Ekpa's arrest, is this capable of bringing peace to the southeast region? Say it again. It's from your wire.
Well, it seems that I say it again. That tells you, the kind of connectivity there, where it was being asked question. Let's see if we can get more from here again.
You think he should be tried in Nigeria? Ekpa's arrest. In Nigeria? Yes, Simon Ekpa. Oh, Simon Ekpa. Oh, well, it could be trying anywhere, depending on who's trying him or what they're trying him for. If I didn't arrest him, you didn't arrest him, Nigerian authorities didn't arrest him, wherever they arrested him should try him. They know why they arrested him. And if he's here, if he's arrested in Nigeria, he'll be trying in Nigeria. Since he's arrested.
That's why you don't know why he was arrested?
He'll be trying Finland. Yeah. I don't know. No, it's only the people that arrested him there know why they arrested him there. I'm not saying it in a sarcastic manner. No, I'm just saying it's only them that there knows why that.
And that is the reaction of Orji Kalu about the current state of situation with Simon Ekpa there in Finland. We come back before that. Let's take you more to some of the headline that is still coming out of the news in Nigeria this morning at exactly 11:36 a.m. Well, we saw, as usual, how the police are used, to square things out in Nigeria, and the reason for that is Dele Farotimi was kidnapped, as people were looking at how he was kidnapped, but it seems that the police are saying, well, he's not kidnapped, he has a case to answer in Ekiti State, but it seems that many Nigerians, and I'm talking about, the Showerers and the, Take It Back, might also stage some protest surrounding this particular news that is developing very fast, across the social media and across the news network in Nigeria. What do we know and what can we share with you? Who is, Dele Farotimi? I think where we can start is to listen to him, because there's a particular book of his that that was published that is creating the reason why his arrest. He actually said this some few days before he was arrested, but some say Koiki is not arrested, that was a kidnap. But let's listen to him.
I'm the one you are fighting. You don't go low. In fact, all your...
No, that's not the one we're looking for. Let's get you the right one. I believe we should have the particular one where he spoke, about his ordeal, which has now become in reality, the pickup of him to Ekiti State, and he has already even been sentenced, behind the bar while we wait and see. If we can't get the clip for that, we might find something else, to continue the conversation. I'll see if I can find that. But let's listen to Truth Dies in Darkness. This was by the same person that we're talking about, Dele Farotimi, and then if I find the right one I'm looking for, I'll let us know. But let's take and listen to that particular Truth Dies in Darkness.
They are not bambaing with Dele Farotimi. It's not me. If you're looking at me and you think I'm the one you are fighting, you don't go low. In fact, all your intelligence is stupidity of the highest order. You are not fighting Dele Farotimi. Who am I? Who am I? Just like my mentor, Chibari Adebanjo, once told Abacha, one bullet. You don't need more than that. But God will give you two. And you and I know. Even your marabouts don't tell you. Now I know they hear. You are not fighting Dele Farotimi. I'm too small. I'm too small. I'm too small. Money I not get with any one of you. I barely survived. And I thank God for his grace.
Well, the title of the book, which I've got in front of me, says Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System. Dele Farotimi wrote certain things about a particular individual known as Afe Babalola, a senior advocate of Nigeria. He's 95 years old. And it seems that has not gone well, with the firm of, this individual. But it seems that what we know so far is Ekiti Court has remanded human rights lawyer Farotimi and has adjourned the case till next week. According to the Ekiti State Magistrate Court, Ado Ekiti Division yesterday ordered the remand of human rights lawyer Dele Farotimi in the State Coronation Center. Farotimi was arraigned in the court over alleged defamation of character following his book, Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System, where he alleged, among others, that a senior advocate of Nigeria, Afe Babalola, had compromised the Supreme Court. Chief Magistrate Abayomi Adeosun, after listening to the police prosecutor Samson Osubu, who filed a 16-count allegation to which Farotimi pleaded not guilty, has now adjourned the matter till December 10. But many Nigerians have been questioning, why and whether this was the right way for Afe Babalola, to have, arrested him or call him to question him. But again, this is generating a lot of discussion and conversation, for those that are against and those that are for. But again, as people say, Dele Farotimi was being horribly persecuted and sent to prison. We wish that they could do the same thing with Yaya Bello and the other criminals as across the country, but rather we know how the criminal system in Nigeria works. So that is on that, and I'm going to be talking more about a bit of the development of a letter again, not the one that was sent to number 10 Downing Street, but we have another. I'm not sure whether we talked about it on Monday, Mr. Archie.
Yes, we did mention it. Yeah, but you've not.
Okay, so we're going to move on
details. No, bring us the
let's
details.
Let's take you through. We've reached out to the chief of staff of the government in exile and the new country, United States of Biafra, Ngozi Orabuzo. I'm still waiting, and if anybody's listening from that particular, we've reached out to her officially, and we're hoping that we should have her on air to speak to us after the 5 days event that has been concluded in the Finland Lati, as many of their people have returned back to all their bases. But what I can say, so far, looking at the government, office of the Biafra on the X this morning, a lot of development is coming out every now and then. But the only thing I can pick up so far is about 3 hours ago that stated that the government of the United States of the Biafra office of the Prime Minister announcement, dear fellow USB citizen, due to the necessary arrangement, the fundraising will not be happening this particular weekend, has been postponed to next week so that they can put things together. That is the only thing I can pick up so far, but the momentum is still there. I can see that they are live currently as well on the Twitter space with the high numbers of people that are listening. And maybe just for a few seconds, let's tap in to hear what they are saying, because remember that the government of Tinubu has not said anything yet to all the development in Finland. But what I can tell you is that the current situation with the Biafra government means that they are still pushing for recognition. But this is what is happening on the space this morning, and let's listen.
Where you are today, especially people in diaspora, you refuse to introduce yourself as a Biafra. I saw people in Cyprus for the one banse. I was asking him. He said from Nigeria. I said I'm a Biafra. He asked me, where is Biafra? Lampedusa. Lampedusa and the Jira. The Balamiri Webia. Salon no Bodaga Henya also you get not 30 years in this country. Nothing for you, nobody, no nothing.
Well, I think what they're saying there is that there are as many people that are diaspora that doesn't want to associate, or just like the Yoruba people, many people don't want to associate with it. But there was a particular call that came through to me yesterday, and we are still working on the line, Mr. Archie. This gentleman, well, is in his 80s, had a direct seat conversation with the late Queen Elizabeth, and a new development of what he said to me, which we can only still keep until we finish this conversation with him, is that a couple of questions were asked to the late Queen Elizabeth about the 1914 amalgamation. Mr. Archie, there's a lot that I was told yesterday, but for now I will leave that because we are still working on it. But these are new development that has not been known before, but it seems that there was a lot of mistake, which I can confirm that the royal family admitted to.
They admitted to that, but can there be any change? Will they start any change from there? That is the question. Shema Yomi, good morning to you, and thank you very much for joining us as well. Okay, we know that time is pressed up, but Yomi, before you go.
Well, all I can say again is, the Starr Radio UK will continue to give you all the news. The only way you can do that is to subscribe on the channel of this YouTube and the Twitter, the X and the Facebook, so that you can be able to follow all the news development. I'll be back again with Archie, God's willing, tomorrow at exactly 11 o'clock, where we're giving all the update. But for now, Archie will take you through the rest of the program while we say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the part of the world that you're watching us this morning. It has been the Starr Radio UK network, the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Thank you, Yomi. Have a lovely day. We'll catch up later.
Bye for now.
Bye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Olayomi Koiki, for you, it's now gone 14 minutes to the top of the hour, and my producer was telling me, you know what, we got some appointment coming on, but hey, I'm going to make sure I'll take you through all the other stories making the rounds before we bring the curtains down by 12. Yeah? Okay, so get yourself, get it up, and let's take a flight. Okay? A quick one. Now, in other parts of Africa as well, trying to see, there was one. Okay. I think extremist rebels linked to IS killed at least 9 and kidnapped 3 in DRC. And you look at the houses there and how it's opposition. You ask yourself the question: what exactly is going on there? But well, it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Hopefully, by tomorrow we should have more information coming from there. Journalists abducted in Guinea amid media crackdown. Habib Moran Kamara, the editor-in-chief of the online investigative outlet Revelator224.com, was headed to meet with a businessman but ended up being missing. Or rounded up, whichever is appropriate. Now, Zimbabwe, Kenyan children left behind by British soldiers struggle to find identity. We did talk about that last week. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on to Ghana as well. There's lots happening from Ghana. Well, transfer of judges. Let me bring you that story. The Judicial Service has said news making rounds that the Chief Justice is transferring judges in order to truncate cases they handling should be disregarded. A statement issued by the Communication Directorate of the Judicial Services on Tuesday, December 2, said transfers are not done or intended to truncate cases. The statement made reference to a media publication that Justice Priscilla Dikro Ofori, who presided over the criminal trial of Alex Kwabena Safo Kantaka, was transferred just when she was due to deliver judgment. In a statement to clarify the situation, the communication director, the Directorate of the Judicial Service, stated that the judge has presented the list of all outstanding judgments and rulings and has been authorized to deliver all outstanding judgments and rulings on Friday, November 29. She presented the required case completion plan for a warrant to complete cases that are close to completion. Now, the Judicial Service of Ghana hereby reiterates that the transfer are not done or intended to truncate cases, the statement stated. All right, then. So that is for you all there. So coming away from Starr Radio station in London. Now, National Concern Small Scale Miners Association of Ghana have rejected MPP and have endorsed Mahama for president. Now, would that actually bolster or give a vim to those who are undertaking illegal mining? Is that what is happening? So that when this party is in power, they said, we are fighting. The next one comes and we are going to give you support. So it's like a ping pong. Dua is there, ping, and then it's there. But what do you think about all that? Lots more going to be coming your way from there. Well, in other stories making the rounds, I think the final Mammoth rally of the NDC and the NPB is going to be taking place today. The Ghana Police Service has announced traffic and management measures ahead of two major rallies by the National Democratic Congress and the New Patriotic Party scheduled for today, December 5. The NDC rally will take place at Zurak Park in Medina, while the NPP will hold its version at the University of Ghana Stadium in Lagos. Why that close proximity? Why can't one hold theirs in central Accra, and if the other one is holding theirs at the Medina, that particular area? We know that the whole place will be having what do you call them? supporters and all those doing stuff. But, well, speaking at the press conference on Wednesday, okay, the MPP will hold their version at the University of Ghana Stadium in Legon. Now, speaking at the press conference on Wednesday, December 4, the police outlined measures to regulate traffic and ensure the safety of both party supporters and the general public. Now, these include route diversion and increased officer presence to prevent any potential clashes. For MPP supporters, those traveling from Adenta will be redirected to take a left at Rates Junction, passing through Aviation and UPSA before arriving at Oponglo to access Legon. The supporters coming from Dome will be routed through Hatso Junction toward Gimpa and onward to the University of Ghana. For the NDC supporters, those arriving from Chechekwashi Interchange will take a right at Shiashi, proceed towards UPSA, and 10 left to join the Medina main road. And supporters traveling from Dome will be redirected to take a left at the KLC junction on the Hatcho Road, continue toward Wisconsin University, and proceed to Zongo Junction. In addition, there will be a roadblock in front of the NDC rally venue in Medina to control traffic flow. Now, police officers will be stationed along key routes to assist road users and ensure smooth movement of vehicles and pedestrians. The police have urged both parties' leadership to ensure that their supporters maintain discipline and avoid activities that could lead to disturbances. A spokesperson emphasized that the safety of the general public remains their top priority and encourage cooperation with law enforcement. I don't understand why the police had to agree, because it's a very close proximity. And how do you know that? Because if I don't put a flag on my car and I'm wearing an apparel, not a party apparel, you wouldn't know I'm supporting party A or party B and I want to travel that way. How would you know? And along the line, if I want to cause mayhem, I cross and I'm going towards that particular, and I go change myself to something, go and cause mayhem. What do you think about that? Well, somebody say they are the experts, so allow them to do their work. Well, they will. Okay, at 7 minutes to the top of the hour, where I'm being pressed so much with time. Now, CSO slam EC over refusal to grant election observation accreditations. Let me bring that one quickly. The Coalition of Civil Society Organizations has raised concerns over the Electoral Commission's refusal to grant them accreditation to observe the upcoming December 7 election, a move they describe as direct threat to Ghana's democracy. Addressing the media on the matters, the CSOs, including the Center for Conflict Resolution, Human Rights Research Center, Jatike Center, and the Coalition of CSOs for Transparent Election, accused the EC of undermining transparency and accountability in the electoral process. Now, this troubling unilateral decision by the EC chair, Jane Mensah, despite our former appeal and subsequent follow-ups, raises serious questions about the Commission's commitment to conducting free and fair elections, the coalition stated. It is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, John Dramani Mahama, the flag bearer of the NDC and former president, has declared that he will only accept the result of the upcoming December 7th general election if the process meets standards of transparency and credibility. Now, speaking to the BBC, Mahama expressed concerns about potential irregularities and violence during the electoral process. He emphasized that the integrity of the election is crucial to safeguarding Ghana's democracy and fostering public confidence in the outcome. The former president made it clear that he will reject any results marked by misconduct, such as ballot theft, voter intimidation, or the involvement of armed forces in civilian voting areas. If on election day there is widespread ballot snatching, people being beaten, military intimidation, and thugs causing chaos, you expect me to accept the results? Acceptance will depend on the transparency and fairness of the process, Mahama asserted. Okay, so coming away from Starr Radio. Okay, let's come to other parts of the world. At 5 minutes to the end of the program, yes, we have an impending appointment at just a few moments after 12, so we have to get. The French President Emmanuel Macron will address the nation on Thursday night, a day after Prime Minister Michel Barnier was ousted in a no confidence vote. Now, names for a new Prime Minister were swirling before Barnier even tendered his resignation on Thursday morning, including Defense Minister Sébastien Lecornu, Interior Minister Bruno Retailleau, and centrist former presidential candidate Francois Bayrou. Now, but finding a name that will not immediately be shut down by one of the large parliamentary factions could take some time, as it did in the summer. Now, when former Prime Minister Gabriel Attal stayed as a caretaker for 2 months, Barnier is likely to be asked to remain in post in the interim. Barnier's government collapsed after MPs voted overwhelmingly in support of the motion against him, just 3 months after he was appointed by Macron. Well, so how is that going to be impacting the UK then? Well. Okay, so I'll come your way from Starr Radio UK. In another story making the rounds, where there seemed to be a palace coup, or supposed to be a palace coup, or yes, a military takeover. Now, South Korean President Yoon Suk Yeol is facing mounting pressure to resign over his failed attempt to impose martial law as Parliament moves closer to a vote on his impeachment. The capital Seoul has seen a second day of street protests demanding Yoon's resignation, while police said he was being investigated for insurrection. Now, the opposition is pushing for a vote on the motion to impeach Yoon on the Saturday, even as the president's party has said they are against it. It needs at least 8 members of Yoon's party to vote for his impeachment for the motion to pass, with a 2/3 majority in the 300-seat parliament. South Korea was plunged into political turmoil late on Tuesday night when Yoon made a shock martial law declaration. So I'll come your way from Starr Radio UK. In the US as well, now police in New York are using facial recognition technology and discarded mobile phone to track down the killer of a healthcare chief executive. United Healthcare boss Brian Thompson, 50, was fatally shot in the back on Wednesday morning outside the Hilton Hotel in Midtown Manhattan. The attacker fled the scene without taking any of Thompson's belongings. Police believe the victim was targeted in a pre-planned killing. They are focusing on a surveillance image taken in a branch of Starbucks just before the shooting. Well, we'll be telling you more about all that as the program goes on. Well, what did this man do to deserve such way of taking his life? Well, welcome your way from Starr Radio UK. In just a minute to the top of the hour, bringing us close to the end of the program. Prime Minister Keir Starmer has delivered a major speech in Buckinghamshire on what he calls a plan for change for Britain. Now, he said the Prime Minister's 6th milestone he hopes to reach, including building 1.5 million homes, fixing the NHS and delivering clean power by 2030. He also pledges higher living standards, safer streets, and ensuring a record number of 5-year-olds enter school ready to learn. Starmer adds that an almighty challenge lies ahead for the government to achieve their targets. And that is where I bring the program to a close for today. But let me say thank you very much to each and every one of you of tuning in to listen to us. I'll be coming your way tomorrow with a Friday edition of the morning show. It's going to be a fire one. I'm going to have Mr. Olayomi. I'm going to be looking at lots of other stuff. But for now, let me say thank you very much. I'm going to bring you a tune. This is for all the Ghanaians going to go for elections. But now, let's take a quick commercial and I'll be with you. Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting, then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep. Okay, so thank you very much for tuning in once again. As I sign off, the Zongo man says, use the ballot box. We hope that there will not be any chaos or any confusion or ballot box snatching and all stuff there. That everything will be free and fair and peaceful. And we'll have no life lost there. But, well, enjoy it. So until I come your way tomorrow, it's been me, Archie, saying, have a top of the day. I'm out like that. Bye.
The ballot box. Use the ballot box. Use your vote. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose. One man, one vote. It is your right. If you have a vote, you've got power. So every man have a vote. Vote. Every woman have a vote. Use the ballot box. Use the ballot box. Use your vote. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Thanks for listening.
No promises, take no sting. Take no sound bites, no slogan shouting. Use the ballot box. Use the ballot box. Use your vote. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody